Welcome to Bible Over Brews, deep thoughts fermented over time and text. I'm coming at you, Aaron Crew Juice Faverka, and I've got Gumbi.
Yes, you do. You have me. How you doing, brother?
Fantastic. I've got Linda.
Yes, first time here. I love it.
Welcome, Linda.
Thank you.
And I've got Julianne.
Hello, good evening.
But before we start, we're going to hear from our location. Sir.
Hi guys, my name is Charlie. I'm a bartender here at the Cleveland Winery, 4103 Memphis Avenue in Cleveland, Ohio. We're happy to have this podcast here today joining us. And you guys should also come join us here at the winery. We're always doing great events like this. Podcasts, live music, comedians, and we host our own event space. So come join us here at the Cleveland Winery in Cleveland, Ohio. And we're happy to have you guys here.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Hey. Woo-hoo. And they have a dog.
Yes, they have a dog. It's
the
super
wildlife
quaint
here
and
is-
cute.
Yes.
The wildlife here is fantastic. They have their own little farm type situation, and it's really cool.
Probably couldn't see him out there, all the ducks and chickens.
Yep. Yeah, my kids were here last time feeding them. They had a blast.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
And we're sampling this wine right now.
Yeah, which one are we drinking?
I have the Sicilian Stallion.
Sicilian.
Which one do you have?
Yep, this one.
Yep, that's the one. This is my favorite one here. I like the
Gumby
semis.
was drinking from the bottle.
Hey, the night's young. The night is young.
We're not there yet, but there is a tap. But this one's great. This is my favorite here. Everything here, by the way, is just fantastic. But I love the semi-sweet because this one has a bit more of a deeper body to it. And I really appreciate that.
A lot of depth for sure.
Yeah, it almost has like a currenty overtone. And as a kid, I grew up eating currants in my grandparents' backyard. So I love it when it has that slight currently overtone
What is
to
a
it.
current? I'm
Yeah,
supposed to know this.
It's a so
13.5%.
awesome. Yeah, it's so flavorful. We'll touch on the sweeter one later.
Yes. All right.
The a currant is a small red berry. It's very round, and it's quite small. It's probably a third of the size of like a cherry.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're quite small, but they have a tart flavor. Not bitter, but more of a tart flavor to them. And they're delicious. Yeah, my grandparents had currant bushes in the backyard when I was growing up. I used to love running back there and just gobbling them up.
Aw. I've never heard of currants before.
I know now that we're going to
yeah.
have to check this out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They put it in like deodorants and stuff, the smell of it.
yeah. They're often mistaken for the other red berry, that small one, but that one's poisonous.
Oh, yes.
They look quite similar.
Eat those.
Yeah. The main difference is the poisonous one is like all red. If you look at a currant, you can actually see the yellowy veins running through it.
Oh, wow.
Oh, neat.
So
This guy's like a walking Wikipedia, man.
Yeah, I love
He
it.
really is.
you're too kind.
You are my hero.
Thank you, sir.
We're going in the woods. I'm on your team.
Awesome.
And feel free to eat the microphone, so to speak.
Foraging behind you.
Yeah. Make sure you stay as close as possible to your
Yep,
mics.
you can move the
because
mics. You can.
We want to hear the whole story. We want to hear your voices. So, just walking into this, we have to put the disclaimer out there that Holy Love is not approved yet, because there's a lot of politics behind it, maybe, but then I know it's still under a ongoing investigation, but we do want to hear about it. We want to hear the stories behind it.
Wait, what does that even mean? Is the non-Catholic here? Unpack what you just said to me. So
So every Marian
you said it's not approved.
Yeah, so every Marian apparition has to go under not just only education by the investigators, but they also interview the people who witnessed, as well as all of those people who support the witnesses. And there is an ongoing investigation, and this can go on for decades, honestly.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I do love. All right, I already love the fact that the Catholic Church does have that process. Elbow to the evangelical side. It'd be nice to have that. Adds weight to it. Okay, I just wanted to know what that meant.
Yes, Holy Love is ecumenical, so it welcomes everybody of all faiths to come there. And on this sign I was just looking today when I was there at the Maranatha Springs, where you go in the back. It's all the way in the back when you go to Holy Love. And on the sign there it says, "We welcome all people. Prayer is a universal language."
That's awesome.
So
That's awesome.
you're more than welcome to come.
I believe it. I believe it.
Before we dive into the history of that, we'd like to hear who you are.
Yes.
Okay, my name is Linda Rochford. We have a family business in Berea. We've been there, it'll be 50 years next year. We'll have our 50-year anniversary. So, but we rent everything, tables, chairs, equipment.
It's the year of my 50th birthday.
Oh, you're a youngin'. What to celebrate? Double celebration.
Together, we'll have my birthday at your store.
I'm
Here you
also
go.
50.
Are you?
Oh, I'm not going to say my age.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, and then on my spiritual side, I was raised Lutheran, Protestant, and then went evangelical. I love there's Grace Church in Millburg Heights, very flamboyant,
Love it there.
very Bible based. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I went there several years, and then I got married, and then I went to Friends Church, which is part of the Quakers. So I had all different types, but that's why when I went through my divorce, I was really shocked. I lost my faith, and I didn't think you could do that. But I literally felt something leave me, and then I was not the same person after that. And so after 2 years of living like I don't know what's going on, I was seeking help, and I get help through customers, like Aaron was a customer. So sure enough, I had a gentleman, and for lack of a better term, he's a shaman. And when you feel like you lose part of your soul and you're looking for answers, you kind of seek different places. Maybe not the best places to go, but you're looking for answers. Right. So I did go see him, and he was Christian, which I didn't think that was possible. And he was raised Lutheran, and he said he got his spiritual awakening at Holy Love, and he explained that there was a lady there that was getting messages from Holy Mother. I was like, I'm in a pretty bad place. I could take any help. And
What year is this?
this was about 3 years ago. Okay. So I remember asking him where it was. It was in North Ridgeville, which I was also surprised because it was so close. And I had heard of like Marian apparitions, like in Medjugorje, and I'm like, well, this is like in our neck of the woods, So I was curious and wanted to check it out, and I needed help. I was not in a good place. So I remember the first time I pulled in, it's 100 acres, and it's beautiful. It's laid out, there's a farm, so it's a lot of greenage. You'll see big windmills when you pull in, which is kind of unusual. They're very modern.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. So, and then I remember pulling in, and they have
Solar panels.
and the solar panels, yes, they're high tech.
Yeah.
But I pulled into the visitor center, and I was met by a lovely lady, Carol, and she reminded me so much of my Aunt Audrey, who had passed away a year earlier, but she had the same blue eyes, the same big smile, and I was just like drawn to her. And I was telling her, I had gone through a divorce. I said, I lost my faith. And she goes, Blessed Mother can help you. And I'm like, really?
None.
Yeah, but I was still like on the fence post because I wasn't Catholic. I didn't know if I was allowed to go to Blessed Mother. So I had a lot of questions, but I was really intrigued. And then I had told another gentleman about the place, and I remember showing him where the well was in the back of the property, and you get healing graces at the well. And you get a second angel. And before you laugh at that.
And you can name your angel.
Yeah. But I have to tell you what happened after I got my angel. Because before that, when I went home, I wouldn't turn any lights on. I just kind of lived in darkness. I wanted to go to sleep. At least when I slept, I felt like I had my emotions back. When I woke up, everything was gone. I felt like I was walking dead. Is what I felt like. But anyway, so when I did go to the well, got my second angel, came home, started turning the lights on, and I started decorating. And I remember looking in the living room, and I'm like, we had an old entertainment center, and I'm like, I don't want this. So I got rid of that, and I started painting the wall, and I actually had a roller that...
Color.
It was, an angel. And I don't paint very
You're
good.
artistic?
No, it was, I had this one of these rag rollers and I just started experimenting with it. I thought if I don't like it, I could paint over it. So I'm like, this looks like a wing. I'm like, I think I can make an angel out of this. So I do, and I still have her, and I just love it. I look at her, and she's got her arms up, her wings up, and she just has a lovely little face, and it's comforting. So I knew there was something going on, because before that, like I said, I didn't want to do anything, but now I was getting more involved with the house. And the other thing, the shaman, when I went to see him, I had brought my former husband's skull cap that he wore with him when he went hiking. And I remember when he touched it, he like jumped.
Girl, if I would have known you back then, we would have burned that thing.
I know. It was one of the few things I had left of him in the house. And I thought maybe I can get some kind of answer. So, I remember he jumped when he touched it. I go, what are you feeling? What are you sensing? He goes, a deep hurt that he's running away from. I was like, really? And I was his third wife, and I knew he had issues with his dad. So I'm like, well, that kind of makes sense. There was something going on, like a childhood wound that he wasn't addressing. He was just running from it. And things started to click. And I'm like, I knew there was spiritual warfare going on. So, so Holy Love, I'm trying to get back to my story here with Holy Love.
Good time. It's good.
Yeah. So, okay. I knew another breakthrough is when I was showing my friend where the well was in the back of the property. And then I said, yeah, it's so hard to get the water into my jug. And he goes, well, didn't you use the siphon? And I go, that's what that red thing was on top. And I just start laughing. I remember I felt so foreign. I hadn't laughed.
Wait,
like
there's a siphon on top?
There used to be. It's gone now. But yeah, I know. But or a funnel, I should say a funnel, red funnel. But I just remember laughing, and it felt so foreign, because like for 2 years I hadn't laughed, I hadn't done anything, and that was on Holy Love property, and I'm like, I think there's something to this. So I got hooked. I kept coming back week after week. They do lovely Divine Mercy prayers every day at 3:00, and that's where we ask Jesus Divine Mercy on us and the whole world. They do rosaries in the evening at 7:00. So I got hooked, and then
and she's the rock star doing the rosary in the booth.
On Wednesday nights,
On Wednesday nights. I had no idea they were live, and I come to the rosary, and I'm knocking on the window, waving, hi. And then it was like, okay. And then when you guys came out after, it was like, oh, they're live. And I was like, oh, that's you guys. I thought that was like a recording of like AI, but it was you.
Yeah.
Total rock stars.
Oh, yeah. It's so cool. It goes out over the internet, and you can see how many people are listening around the world.
Yeah.
I mean, it's powerful. It was such an honor to be asked to do the rosary there. There's 2 of us that do it every night. And Wednesday night, if you ever tune in, Holy Love, I love it. Yeah, you're going to save babies. Yeah. Yeah, we do the rosary of the unborn over all 50 United States. You feel the power. You just feel like God's working through you. And
I love praying rosary. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it was funny. I didn't want to become Catholic right away, because I was kind of upset with the Cleveland Catholic Diocese for not accepting Holy Love. I'm like, great, this is where I get my turnaround from, and I get the healing, and you guys are not accepting it. I'm like, I don't know if I want to become Catholic. Well, that was like hurting myself.
The controversy?
They don't accept it. Yeah, they strongly admonish you not to go there, which is crazy, because that's where I got the most healing and the most understanding. But I had to go through a shaman to find out about Holy Love, and that frustrates me, because that should be mentioned in church, and you should have the opportunity to check it out for yourself.
Interesting.
So, so it took a little while, but then I was hurting myself by not becoming Catholic, because I couldn't partake in the Mass and the communion, and so it's a year and a half now. I'm a converted Catholic. So go to Holy Love, Gumbi. I'm gonna watch you. I bet you'll. Yeah.
I actually got a lot of friends at Big Middleburg still, and we used to be brother and sister church. Our Grace Church and Big Middleburg, where you used to go.
Oh,
okay.
A lot of the people that helped planted this church here, where I go, was from Big Middleburg.
Okay. Yeah.
Pastors included, and all that. So
yeah, it was a great church. I love the church. Yeah. All his children are either pastors or missionaries. He had 12?
Schaefer's?
Yeah, the Schaefer's.
yeah, Jonathan.
Yeah.
Yep.
He just moved on to something.
He did, yeah.
Where did he end up? It was a big deal. He went.
Yeah, he became president, I heard.
Oh, is that what
of the CMHA. So, yeah.
Very nice family.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, I won't ask questions yet. I'll keep.
Yeah.
Well,
We'll
Yeah.
come back around.
yeah.
Okay, so
Wheels are
I had the
so-
spiritual healing, and you got the physical healing.
So
You should share your story.
yeah. So let's hear about who Julianne is.
I'm Julianne. I'm a mother of 8.
Awesome.
Evan, Brandon, McKenna, Felicity, Alicia, Alyssa, Ashlyn. What's up? My husband Ken over there.
Nice.
Shout out to my daddy and all my siblings and nieces, nephews, and cousins. All my friends. Everybody will hear this. I'm a cradle Catholic. I grew up when I was about 18. I started looking into and reading all the holy books of all the major religions.
Okay. Well, real quick for our listeners, so we have a lot of Protestant listeners. What is a cradle what is a cradle Catholic?
A cradle Catholic is I was baptized when I was a baby, and my parents were both Catholics and brought me into the Catholic faith. When you get into first and then second grade, you make your first communion, which is when you receive the Holy Eucharist, which is the body and blood of Jesus in the little piece of bread that you get at the Mass. And then when you get into 8th grade, you make your confirmation. You pick a saint, a patron saint that you want to follow with you lifelong. And you reaffirm that what your parents, when they baptized you in infancy, that you want to continue to follow in the church under what they started you in. So you're not locked in. You make the choice to pick what you want to do. You've had some time to think it over in your life as you grew and learn things in the faith. It takes a while when you become a Catholic to really find where you fit in your niche, the church that you fit in well with, pastors, deacons, and then the holy people that go there. My home church, I belong to 3. St. John Newman and St. Joseph, all in Strongsville, all wonderful. With as big of a family we do, I go to daily Mass, and so I need multiple places to go because sometimes I can't go at a 7 a.m. Mass.
I was just going to ask, are all your kids
I'm at
involved?
noon. Yes, and they go when they want to. They don't necessarily go every day to the daily Mass with me unless they want to come. Mm-hmm. They've all made all their sacraments, though, already. My oldest is 25. My youngest is 8. And they've all been fully brought into the church on their own accord that they wanted to.
Awesome.
I was married. I got divorced. That's where I had my 2 sons. And then I ended up meeting Ken. And we had 6 beautiful daughters.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That was a rough road and a rough patch in there, which brought me closer to God. And I actually started going to Grace Church during that time after I got divorced in Middleburg Heights, which was just a beautiful facility. And, going in there and being able to take classes on a Sunday and just learn and sit. But I ultimately found my way back to the Catholic Church where I have stayed. There's nothing for me like Holy Mother Church. There's nothing like the Rosary, the Blessed Mother. There's nothing like the people there, the rituals that bring you closer. The meditation that happens with prayer there is just so rich and goes so far back. I ended up coming to Holy Love. I bumped in at Mass. Sometimes I get a word of knowledge, or a word of knowledge is God just things I'm not supposed to know, but I do. Oh, there's a cat here. There's this one. Hello, kitty, mew mew.
Oh,
That's pretty cool.
I was the Blessed Mother, and I can tell the difference between is this the Blessed Mother, is this Jesus, Holy Spirit, or is this my own thoughts coming in? And that morning I could feel the Blessed Mother urging me to go to St. Albert the Great in North Railton's beautiful church there. They also have adoration Monday through Friday till 5 p.m. just for anybody who wants to go to adoration. And so I get there and I hadn't been there since I played CYO, which is Catholic basketball when I was, 4th and 5th grade. So here I'm like, why do I have this, why you want me to come here? So I go, and after Mass, they go right into the Rosary. And I go, oh, now I know why we're here, the rosary. This is what we should have after every Mass. And as I'm praying the rosary, I had the first instance of what I found out from my parish priest was contemplative prayer, which is where I was saying the rosary, and I always say mine with my eyes closed. I'm not a prayer with my eyes open. The Blessed Mother was there. And I knew she was moving in the front, and I'm at the back of the pews, and she comes towards the middle, and then she starts coming down, and I had not had an experience like this. And in my head, I said, Mother, that's you. And I don't get anything back, and so I'm just then still praying. And I then say, Mother, in my head, you're praying over them. And then I get back, these are the holy women. And I instantly just knew, I have goosebumps right now. I instantly knew, this is why you brought me here, the holy women. And then I get back, this is the conversation in my head. Yes, pray for them. And so I'm like, all right, rock and roll. Well, as I then feel this presence of her that was peace, that peace does not describe peace. What God or the Blessed Mother has. I'd never felt anything like that in my entire life. And I'm about to cry. It was so beautiful. When we all get to heaven, that's what we'll be in the middle of. We don't have that in our day-to-day life. So anyway, she then says to me, the rosary, shh, like that. And then I say in my head, shh, like that. And then she says, shh. And then she gives me that feeling of the peace. I have goosebumps right now, which is, I will say my rosary sometimes, or I would rush through it, or I'd say it a little louder. I tend to be a little boisterous. Anyone who knows me. And it was, and right away I knew this is what the word supplication is. That's what the rosary is. We are in that, and in that supplication, submitting ourselves, to the Lord. And this is his mother who we're praying along with, which is a lot of a misconception about Mary. Like, do you Mary worship, or you're praying to Mary? No, you're praying with Mary. Mary prays that rosary right along with you. She's the one who went through everything watching Christ, all the way up to the crucifixion. She brings those graces and has been given that. And when you start to pray the rosary, when you go to a Catholic Mass, or you get around really holy people, meaning, what does that mean, holy people? People who are in this type of, they go to Mass, they pray, they're in that meditation and submitting themselves. Brings that type of peace over you. Anyway, that happens. The Mass ends. The rosary's over, and I get up to leave with my daughters. Well, we wear veils in service, which I just been called to in the past 2.5 years. Sitting on my back porch in prayer. Yeah. And in my head comes, order head coverings from Amazon. Yeah. And I'm like, okay. So the Holy Spirit's got me on. I get head coverings. Long story short, that's what we're wearing. Well, I'm going to walk out the door, and I have 3 of my daughters with me, and all of a sudden I feel an hand right on the crook of my, arm. And she says, I've seen the future, and it looks like you. Which the funny part of this is that my favorite movie is Back to the Future.
Great movie.
And if I would have said in that moment, this ends up being my friend Ellie from Holy Love. If I said to her, what would you have said in that moment when you said that to me? If I would have said, get the flux capacitor, Marty, let's go. I've seen the future, we're going back to it. And then we start talking from there. Well, she studies the Tilma of Guadalupe.
Oh, very good.
Anyone who doesn't know that, that's Juan Diego down in South America. He was seeing visions of the Blessed Mother, and Blessed Mother was giving him messages, and the bishop says, "Oh, I don't know. We gotta have you prove this." The Blessed Mother and his roses grow at the top of the hill when he brings them down to show, and he opens the tilma, which is like the cloak or the cape that you wear down in Mexico. Opens it, and there's this of the Blessed Mother. Yeah. Which, by the way, they've investigated that and pulled it up on the computer, and you can actually see in her eyes the reflection of the people who were there at the moment
It's amazing.
that it happened.
There's 13 of them. 13 people
is
in her
there?
eyes. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I own one of the very few copies I know of the Encyclopedia of Our Lady of Guadalupe.
Oh, wow. There you are again with your knowledge again.
Only in Spanish.
Yeah. You were a straight A student.
I was homeschooled.
Oh, well,
Oh,
that's even better.
yeah, that makes sense.
So then Ellie tells me all about the Toma, and then she says, "You've got to come to Holy Love. You bring, and then we're there 4.5 hours, and she's showing me things that she pulls up. She's good in the computer. Her channel on YouTube, I'm going to plug her, Ellie Hanksack,
Nice.
HANSAK. She investigates all of this, and she finds numbers like she found May 30th of 2025.
Okay.
This year, which in fact was like all heck broke loose on the planet. In between the resurrection of the Ascension, so Christianity, Catholicism was the feast day of that. Then there's the 30th, and then the next day was the ending of the counting of the Omer that the Jewish people do, where they count down 40 days after Passover. So it was a big day. And then all those riots and everything, you remember all that craziness that ensued? All of that was like tied in right around those dates, and that was on the Toma. So anyway, Ellie, then we become just great friends. She's a beautiful, holy woman, just wonderful, dedicates her life to all God's people. She keeps telling me, go to Holy Love, go to Holy Love, go to Holy Love. Well, it was like every time I go to Holy Love, something would happen. And I eventually, then she comes to St. Colette's in Brunswick, and she's with this wonderful woman, Daria, who also is at Holy Love. She's so beautiful. And I'm like, Ellie, we're at the same mass. You're not supposed to, but we're going up for the Eucharist, and I'm hugging her across the aisle. Oh. And she says, you got to go to Holy Love. And then they start talking about Holy Love again. And everything in me is like, go to Holy Love, go to Holy Love. So I end up going, and that ended up being the day that Holy Love celebrated the birthday of the Blessed Mother. Okay. So I came in, and it was like, hey, welcome, sign the birthday card. And it was absolutely beautiful in there. And from that point, I made all these, I'd been praying like I wanted holy friends, the people who send you like the Jesus, I trust in you, and it's glittering emojis, you know what I mean? And like those type friends who just understand that aspect of your spirituality, Yeah. And all the women at Holy Love were just absolutely phenomenal. Just good, solid people. And that's how I ended up meeting Linda, was me pounding on the window.
Yeah.
And then you come out after, and then you had the free tickets to Oktoberfest.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wow, that's right.
Yeah. I can't forget it. You were a rock star. And here I am. I've made it to Holy Love, and I'm telling everybody. I mean, when I got there, I named my angel Nathaniel Henry Jeremiah. I don't know if did you name your angel?
Mine is Claire, for clarity. Claire. I want a clarity. Yeah.
See, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
But from that point, it was things just really started to roll for me very quickly. That where I now ended up in ministry school, and have had miraculous healings from going to Holy Love.
Okay.
Interesting.
I was going to say, you should tell about your foot, your physical healing that you got.
Well, we go into those?
Is that okay?
Well, we can.
Or you're going to ask?
Can we touch first on the history?
Was that too much? Was I long-winded?
Oh, no. That was great. No. Podcasters love long-winded
Gumbi,
people.
cut me off if I need.
We love long-winded people.
You hear us go to a commercial break, you'll know.
Oh, we're good. Before we go into miracles and stuff, what is the history? Like, how did Holy Love come around? What's the story? So let's learn about what Holy Love is and who's behind it, the history of it.
Yeah, I love it because it's the 40th anniversary of Marian Sweeney Kyle receiving messages from the Blessed Mother, and it started at St. Brennan's Catholic Church in North Olmsted.
She's a Catholic.
Yeah, she's Catholic. And it was January of 1985. and she was doing adoration, and she saw the Blessed Mother appear up front by the altar and face her with the rosary.
Can you imagine that day at adoration? Like, woo!
I know, yeah. And then the rosary turned into the 50 United States, and then I think she disappeared, but it was like her call to pray for the country. So she's like looking around, no one else saw this, and she's like wondering what's going on. So then again, another time she goes to adoration, sees Blessed Mother. This time the rosary, the 50 United States, falls into a smoking pit on the floor. And she's like, whoa, that was really a strong to pray for the country. So then she continued to pray, and then she had a prayer house in Parma, and Blessed Mother would still appear to her. But Maureen is very shy. I've never met her, but I heard that she's an art teacher. I think she had 4 children, quiet, so anyway, she would get messages, and she didn't want to share them. She was afraid to share. She was very shy. And someone in the group says, somebody's getting messages from heaven, and they're not sharing. So she knew it was her time to speak up. So she did. And then
to go to Holy Love is to meet her, though, because that's her heart.
Yeah,
it's everything.
But you'll never see her, because I heard she's in her 80s and she's elderly, and that she's just a prayer warrior, and they call them like a victim soul. So she's willing to take on pain if it'll help God's message, get across. So you don't see her, but there's a lovely brick home that her and her husband live in. She did get remarried, which I think I've met a lot of divorced people that go there, and we all get healing. And I think it's because Maureen was divorced. Yeah. And she was remarried, but she did it through the Catholic Church. She got the annulment, and she did it properly. But I think it's like us, like lost sheep, are finding healing there because of the acceptance. And I'm like, wow, if God could do all this with a divorced person, this is pretty good, so it's encouraging. But so she would continue to get messages. She also had missions. One of them was to promote the Protectress of the Faith. Mary's given that title. So she did go to Bishop Pilla back in the 80s and ask if they would accept that title, and he came back to her and he said, no, that's the job of the Holy Spirit. Blessed Mother has enough titles, she doesn't need another title, and he denied it. So and then I love Blessed Mother. Then she made another appearance to a missionary in Ecuador, a visionary there, who got a similar message, and I think it was Governess of the Faith, so very similar, and that bishop approved it. So, but that was like within 6 months of her receiving her message. So I was like, but she got other missions. Another one was the Rosary of the Unborn, which I love. It's a rosary, and each bead is a teardrop with a little embryo inside. And then the crosses are red crosses, which is like a drop of blood from Jesus. And there's special graces, yes, when you pray on this rosary to help save the unborn children, from abortion. She said if abortion was solved, it's the one crime, if that was solved, it would change the future of the world. So that's a very powerful prayer. And they every evening at 7 o'clock, they do the Rosary of the Unborn. So that was,
and what on Sundays is the 50 states?
I know they do it Wednesday nights, because that's what we do Wednesday night. Yeah, we say each state and then pray a Hail Mary.
We brought for you guys.
Oh, it's so lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you again. That is.
Somebody said.
There you go. That's very
the nice
cool.
woman in the gift shop today, when I got your guys, she said somebody asked, were those real fetus parts? No, they are not real.
I hope not.
They are plastic.
Yeah.
It's a rosary that was specially, Holy Love is one of 3 places, I believe, in the whole
I know
world.
It originated there.
It actually makes these rosaries of the unborn.
Yeah, and there's graces attached to it to save the unborn. So,
and this one's really well made, if I can just tell you.
I'm glad you clarified that.
There's, it's how sometimes the little links on them, everybody, if you've had a rosary or seen one, those links, how they'll come, apart. Haven't had that happen yet.
yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
So,
That's awesome.
$38.95.
oh,
I think they are some. I don't remember.
yeah, trying to think what else. Well, the one thing I also love about Holy Love is she's received messages from Papa God, from different saints, Padre Pio. But this what really got me at the beginning, and it's the difference between self-love versus holy love. And holy love is love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and mind, and love your neighbor as yourself. That's what holy love stands for. So, I don't know.
In His divine will.
Yes. Yeah.
When you go to Holy Love, it's set up for a pilgrimage site, which is
Okay.
Maureen got that at one point there will be a ton of people who are going to come to Holy Love. When the world starts to get, as we see it getting darker and darker, that there will come the point where Holy Love will be, you won't even be able to get in the parking lot. Blessed Mother, please. I was there already, though. Give me a good front row spot. If I'm alive when that happens. But you go on a pilgrimage, similar to what Medjugorje is like that.
I think so.
So where you start off and
It's like the Lake
you
of
go
Tears.
all the way through, and it takes you in your holiness and your walk with Jesus, bringing you closer to Him. By going through it, which is not like you can just go there in one day
Right.
and have experienced Holy Love. It's actually to enrich your prayer life, your closeness to the Father, to Jesus, to the holy angels, to all of the kingdom of heaven. It's bringing it right there where it meets us here on earth.
Okay.
And those who complete the whole thing and go through all the levels, 7 or 9?
I know you ended the Stations of the Cross.
You're under the
in
Stations of the
woods.
Cross. I'm not there yet.
Oh. Yeah.
But it's not a one and done. It's actually when you go there that you want to be closer, but you yourself.
Yeah, and you'll be drawn to certain areas.
Yeah.
Like they have the Papa God house, and it is a lovely little
that.
house. And there's two of them. There's shrines to Papa God, and the one has a lovely, beautiful image of Father God on the wall. And boy, you just sit in there and you just feel His presence, and
Okay.
and you're promised joy through any circumstance in life just by stepping into this little shrine. So I'm like, what a gift! And then I remember the little one. It looks like a little dollhouse, kind of. I mean, it's big enough to walk into, but outside it's the 10 Commandments, and that got me because when I first went, I had not gone to church in 2 years. So when I saw keep the Sabbath day holy, I'm like, okay, I think I should probably go back to church. So yeah, but you'll be drawn to certain areas. Like there's a Lake of Angels. You might be drawn there. There's Mary's Lake of Sorrows. You pray the sorrows with Blessed Mother around the lake.
That's what's on the wall.
Yeah.
It's a whole wall mural, and it looks like lights coming in. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Probably the room's as long as this room that we're in.
Yeah.
And if you have a good voice, which I don't, but mine sounds better when I'm in there, and I like to sing the Chaplet of the Divine Mercy, I'll often go back there and sing that in there, and it sounds really
You sang with your
beautiful.
daughters in there, didn't you?
Yes.
Oh, that'd be beautiful.
That's
Ashlyn,
great.
shout out to Ashlyn, who she and I harmonize in there.
Oh.
Just a beautiful place to go. And that one's the God the Father house. It's like each little spot is dedicated to, and then the field in the back is the Holy Hearts Field, which is dedicated to, what does it say, where
Hearts.
angels pray and play.
Yeah. It's the United Hearts of Jesus and Mary.
Yeah.
So you learn about that, how their hearts are united together. Which,
And then there's the St. Michael, which he has his
yeah.
own little lake.
Yeah.
And then the
You can
Lake
pray
of
for wayward
Angels that has
children.
the different angels.
yeah, and at St. Michael, you can pray for your wayward child. If you have a child that's walked away from the faith, he promises to go after your child with the sword of truth. He pierces
Yes.
their heart with the sword of truth. I'm like, I love it. That's why I love being Catholic. It's like, wow, there's so many extra
In the House of the
bonuses.
White Madonna,
Oh,
which is an approved statue, the White Madonna statue. There's only a handful of them in the world of these White Madonna statues. And what it is Holy Love would actually go in to the hospitals and retrieve the remnants of these bodies of the children who were aborted, get them a place to and bury them, and then they put the White Madonna statue on it. So Holy Love has the White Madonna statue actually there. So for people who need healing from abortions, or who are contemplating, or know somebody, it's a great place to go for healing. And just to feel the love and the acceptance of for decisions people have made. Just absolutely beautiful. And you go in the White Madonna house, It's unlike anything else on the property. I think each place where you go in, Holy Heartsfield, the St. Michael, like, has its own feel to it, literally, that you can't leave there without being affected by it.
Right. And heaven knows what you need when you arrive. So like I say, you'll be drawn to certain areas.
Yes.
And you'll know it. Yeah. And then the other thing I like with Blessed Mother is she cleans you up. It's like she makes you ready for her son. And there's so many things that I hadn't dealt with in my marriage. I wanted to put all the blame on him, and that was not right. And she's like, no, child, you need to look into your heart and see what caused, between low self-esteem or putting him on a pedestal, things I had done that were not putting God first. So, yeah.
I feel like this, because I feel like this after going there, that the biggest thing that changed in me was where I could see everything of everybody else, what they were doing. I realized, like, oh, it's easy for me to know this person's the jerk, but I'm the jerk too, or I'm the person who's lost. How many times do I not know? And then I started, like, reveal that to me, like where you're saying that. I feel like that's slightly different of show me what it is. Where are these flaws that I have? I want to be better, clean me up.
Yeah.
And the Blessed Mother is kind and loving and patient. And for anyone who doesn't believe in the Blessed Mother or her power, wow, get ready, because you just ask her. And she will show. People start coming up to you. You're talking to her, contemplating something, which, by the way, you don't have to say out loud. You can say it in your head. So nothing and nobody else will hear you. And people come up to you, and then it's like, what? Or you end up somewhere, and it's always tying together. Like, you're getting these affirmations of things live in person that somebody walks up to you, and people. It's crazy how it happens, and unbelievable that you cannot not believe.
Yeah, she's a wonderful intercessor. And the other story I was going to say is probably about 3 months after going to Holy Love, I got a dog. And I didn't think I could handle a dog. I thought, I don't think I'm emotionally capable for this. And sure enough, one of the guys, a little boy, and
What's your name, Mom?
Well, Max, but I love his eyes. He's got a blue eye and a blue-brown eye, and I've never seen a dog like that before.
Is it husky?
An Aussie, Australian Shepherd. And he's my little shepherd dog, and he herds me. But I've never had a dog. He's like a Velcro dog, and I take him to work. The guys at work love him. He was such a good fit. And I thought, boy, that's like a Blessed Mother interaction. Like, she knew and I got the dog for free. I mean, it fell into my lap. So it's like, it was.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's encouraging. Yeah.
I ask because, so huskies are actually bred to have one brown eye, one blue eye.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So because they're sled dogs, and so they have to pull during the daytime and the nighttime, and so one helps during the daytime, one helps during the nighttime. So all huskies are bred to have one dark eye, one.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. You are a wealth of knowledge.
You are.
Yeah.
Wikipedia,
Walking
man.
Encyclopedia Britannica.
So I'm picking up that it's. Is it like a Catholic retreat for Catholics?
No, it's not Catholic.
Or,
it's ecumenical.
Or is it you're just a member of it once you decide to go and you want to make that decision?
Is Catholic, but so there's like the Rosary of the Unborn, and there's a lot of Catholic themes, but it was very specific in the Blessed Mother appearing to her that this is ecumenical. This is a place for all people of all faiths, all religions to come and pray together, to bring everybody together that's so divided, that we come here, but we come in peace. And to experience, because, I mean, if you go there, you couldn't leave the same. You just couldn't leave there the same. No matter what your faith is, you are going to leave there, and things are going to happen in your life for the better.
Right. What helped me to see is God was really working. Like, you get the Bible, and all my church has been Bible based, and it's like that was all like 2,000 years ago. But to see, like, oh my goodness, God's really working. He's done all this here. It just was astounding to me. It's like He wasn't silent. He really wants to reach out to us to help us to get through this muck that we're in.
Right.
Yeah, it was.
As for like a retreat, there's not place on the grounds to sleep overnight or anything like that, but you could make your own pilgrimage
Okay.
yourself, and with your own groups, and go there. And people come from all over the world to
Yeah.
visit there.
Question on that then. So you said there's different areas to travel through on the pilgrimage. How far apart are the buildings on the property? So
Well, it's on 100 acres, but I mean, you could walk the whole thing easy enough. Like,
Yeah.
it starts off like the Lake of Tears, her sorrows, and then as you drive around the parking lot, in the back is the Lake of Angels, and there's a beautiful testimony house where you go in there and you could read testimonies of healing. That's really fascinating. And then as you go further back in the property is the St. Michael's Lake, and then there's the Field of United Hearts, where the
Could
well
totally
is.
well, if in
Yeah.
I'm disabled and I can walk it.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Part of my healing came from there, but I can walk it. That
Yeah.
you can definitely, everything's close enough on the property that
Yeah.
it's a country walk, like a country mile. It's a country walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
very cool.
And then like the Stations of the Cross are in the woods, and that's usually the last thing that you would do. And that's probably, I don't know, like an acre, couple acres in the woods. It's really
I
pretty.
don't know how much is there.
Yeah.
It's big.
Yeah.
I know
And
I
there's-
was counting. It's funny that you asked that question because I went there when I went yesterday and I was counting, but then I forgot and I was like, I'm going to count the steps for Gumbi and Aaron.
Oh.
How many was it? Because I ended up getting, that was when I had my healing from there, that I didn't have my cane, and I get out of the car the first time. I was on a walker with a cane. I got this tachycardia and I'm dizzy. I'm spinning like crazy. Well, here I get to the Holy Hearts field where the Maranatha Spring is, and I just like that, like, oh my word, this giant field, and there's stone, like a stone wall that kind of is built into the hill, and on the hill to the left is Mary and to the right is Jesus. And I go, and I get out of the car, and then I see that there's a little sign there. And before I know it, I'm walking, but I got my car door open, the car's off, and I got, a handful of my girls are with me. And I'm walking, but I'm not realizing. And I'm like, Mother, I can see you. Right? Jesus, I see you all the way over there. These statues are just incredible. Like, I hug them when I go there now. They're that big. And I start going and I'm walking, and I mean, I'm like, huffing and puffing. But I'm like, Mother, it's so beautiful here. And it's just this gigantic field, like nothing. And the peace
like a
and
big
the
football
silence and solitude that's back there. And I couldn't believe that this was the little kept secret in my life that, like, how did I not hear of? Although Ellie, God bless her, was telling me for like over a year, go to Holy Love. So I get, and I'm almost all the way up, and I actually have video of it. I should send to you guys. I have videos of this. I accidentally was filming. So it's like me with my phone in my hand, and I got my car keys in one hand, my phone in the other, no cane, no walker. And I go all the way up, and I'm almost up to the statues where I'm totally breathless. And I turn and I look, and in the little video is like, you see that I look, and it's my car's all the way back. And then I said, Mother, and I could start crying, like, I'm healed. I am walking with no cane. I am walking with no walker. And when I get up then to the statues, there's little kneelers. If you've seen kneelers in a church,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
they have those at each one of the stops that you go to. So St. Michael, the statue there with the lake, there's a kneeler. At the Lake of Angels, there's the kneeler. At the God the Father house, there's a kneeler. And there's a spot with a little box and paper, and you can write down your prayer or somebody you're praying for. Whatever it is, you put it on the paper and you slide it in there. So I get down, and that was instantaneously like, I'm here. And then I kneel down, and I'm like, how am I going to make it all the way back? And I make the walk back, and my daughters are like cheering. It's like ultimate excitement, because I had been through this whole incident of this shelf falling, which that's another part of the story. But I went and I did the same walk yesterday, and I was so taken. Every time I go, I get so taken breathless by the beauty, and just that here's this field where the spring is, the spring water that you pump, and the healing water, which, by the way, you bless yourself with. The sign says, ask Jesus to forgive you for any unlove that you don't have in your heart, and then bless yourself with the water. And then you bless yourself with the water. Well, you can take off like me down. I go yesterday, then I'm halfway back, and then I'm like, oh, Gumbi and Aaron, I need to give them how many steps. So I start counting from halfway, because I'm like, I can't go again back and do it again. But it was 275 from where I was, about halfway there of steps. So that's at least feet, where my stride's not gigantic.
Yeah.
So double that, and that's how long that sidewalk is.
Okay.
That I walked.
Wow.
Disabled.
Wow.
But got out of my car, and the power of God just right through me. And everybody at Holy Love, then when they hear this, is not totally shocked, because it's like, well, get used to it, because once you come here, things like that start to happen, in your life.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Awesome.
Should I tell about my other one?
Well, before you do that, we do want to hear more. We do want to hear more. Just take a brief break for our sponsors.
Did that make sense how I explained?
Oh, absolutely. Take a brief break for our sponsors.
Have you ever wanted to train Muay Thai? Perhaps there's no gyms near you. Perhaps you work odd hours. Perhaps, like a few of us, you don't like germs. Whichever way it goes, you can train online with some of the best instructors from around the country, either live or in class with other students. Living Muay Thai gives you the chance to do all of this and much more. So jump into live classes and on demand right now. livingmuaythai.com.
Hey, it's Gumbi here from Bible Over Brews. Are you looking to get some editing done in your podcast? Maybe you don't have the hours or time it takes to edit your content, but you still need to get it done. Maybe you need a customized track or a song for your podcast or your next project without having to worry about copyright issues. Well, look no further than soulworkmusic.com, where this footwork is done for you. I'll get that editing, post-production work done right for you, or create you that customized song that fits your project or podcast to help support your life's work. If this sounds like what you need, reach out to me at soulworkmusic.com. Again, that's soulworkmusic.com. And remember, there's nothing taboo over brew.
Awesome. Oh, she's been drinking her white wine.
I know. I'm going to drink more after the, because I'll get tizzy, and I don't want to do that. I want to keep my thoughts straight.
Swag.
Yeah.
All right. All right, we are back. And we are sampling the Frisky Philly. This is
Frisky Philly.
That's right.
That's a cool name.
This is a white blend, and it's supposed to be a bit sweeter.
12%.
Oh, my Lord. The notes on that are nice.
The Frisky Philly.
Ooh. It almost smells like a
word.
peach. It's got a very pleasant nose. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's definitely a like a white grape flavor.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I like it
It
too.
almost tastes like drinking
It's
lavender.
kind of sweet.
Yeah,
It's contraindicated for my
Yeah,
medicine.
it's quite good.
Oh.
Yeah, delicious. All right, where we left off.
You want,
Go ahead. I'm trying to think.
you said
What
a
else?
possible second miracle.
okay, so in June of 2023, I don't think, can we say the name of a store?
I mean, as long as they're okay with it, I guess.
Or should I not?
Oh, for hers?
Oh, you mean where you got hurt?
Yeah, I should not say.
Oh, we got hurt. Oh, maybe leave it.
Okay, we won't say that.
Yeah, just say a department
Maybe
store.
leave that. Yeah, a department
Okay.
store. Yeah.
Well, I had joined into the Brown Scapular, so I kind of joined the Club of Mary.
Oh,
It's kind of like what, Pedro?
Me too.
What's that movie?
Me too.
this is actually the brown scapular here.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it.
Oh,
yes.
yours is-
So I joined in the club. I'm in the confessional. Father Arnold, wonderful priest. God bless him. I love him to death. And Holy Spirit head on the porch. I go and I pray a lot on my back porch. Order a brown scapular. Wasn't even sure what a brown scapular was. I knew what they were, right, but I didn't know what it was all about. So I ordered my brown scapular, and it was take it with you to confession. So I just took it right to the confessional, and I'm like, Father Arnold, and I'm sure he knows it's me by now and wasn't shocked. Like, here I am. I got this. What is this? And then he explains to me what it is, and I was like, epic. Let's join me up. He says the prayer. I'm in the club, right? Well, within that week,
For our listeners, not every priest can actually induct you into a brown scapular. They have to.
oh, see, I didn't know that.
So,
I don't even know what a brown scapular is. What's that?
oh, well, it's a. We should actually cover blessings and scapulars on a whole episode. So,
yes.
Oh,
because
yeah.
that whole thing takes a lot of
Don't
explanation.
leave home without it.
Yeah.
But but to make it a little bit short, it's a sacrament that involves promises to how you behave in your life with those who have come before you. You know, saints, Mary, Jesus. So, but we'll do a whole episode.
They're made by Carmelite nuns of wool, and that you kind of pledge allegiance to being Mary, to follow the way that Mary does. You wear it everywhere you go, under your clothes, hidden, that you walk with her, living your life for Christ.
Okay.
And upon death, the promises that were given, those are also visions and messages from the Blessed Mother to those nuns who then were directed how to make these scapulars. That upon your death, the Blessed Mother will come retrieve you. And I believe it's on Saturdays, is it not? And I'm not sure which day. Don't
you're
quote me on it.
right.
Where Mary will come retrieve you if you end up in purgatory or
yeah.
the wrong place, bro. She is coming and yanking you out.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
We need to
scapulars-
get you a scapular.
Yeah, scapulars
Yeah.
are
To be in the wrong
You can't
place.
go wrong with it,
Yeah.
right? Is
Yeah.
Might take chances.
they're
yeah, in the
fascinating.
hour of death, anyone who's wearing that scapular, it's a protection from. I don't know. Did anyone see the movie Ghost years ago?
Years
and the
ago.
guy when those
Yes.
and they come grabbing him and everything. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot
Something
about
might
that.
try to come for you, and that is definitely
Yeah.
one of the things that you said, Blessed Mother, you come help me.
Yeah.
Take me across the Jordan that final trip.
It's funny because my kids were like, I had one kid who was like, what about a red scapular and a green scapular, a blue scapular? I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. we are all in the brown scapular. Just remember, you have more responsibility once you put more on.
Right. Now, the green scapular is another scapular that you would use that one for somebody who had strayed from the faith or was having an issue, drug addictions, any sort of sin in their life. You can actually take that, set it. You can put it under their pillow, underneath their mattress. And then you say just a simple prayer, 3 lines every day on that scapular to bring them back and help them out of where they're at to come back to God.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's very powerful. The Blessed Mother is.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot, like even with these, obviously with the brown scapular, you're promising to pray rosary. So.
Yes, yes. Where were we on that?
Oh,
we went into the scapular.
Yeah, right.
We could really get into that one.
Right.
I mean,
I know we were touching on
Benedict medals.
Yes.
If you've got any sort of funky activity, put those Benedict medals in your yard. You know,
travel everywhere with them.
Yeah.
On my bag over there.
Their protection for, everybody's seen the movie The Exorcist. What's on that cross is the Benedict medal.
Yeah.
Which is actually, I believe, the oldest order, is it not, of nuns?
Benedictine.
The monastery?
The Benedictine goes back to the 8th century. I actually memorized that prayer in Latin.
Oh, do you?
Oh.
Give it to us.
It's crux sacra se mihi lux, hold on. Sacra se mihi lux, nandraco se me, vaderatro satana, crux hold on. Yeah, put me on the spot here.
Yeah.
Crux sacra se mihi lux, nandraco se mihi lux, vaderatro satana, su mala quelibas. It's a long one.
My uncle prays in Latin, and
nice.
I like all about that.
My kids
Praying in Latin is epic.
Kids and I go to a Latin Novus Ordo on Sundays.
Nice.
Yeah,
it makes a difference. It does. I think, is that one of the reasons why the Tower of Babel confused the languages, and maybe that's the original language we all spoke. I don't know if that's true, is it?
So the church actually, I looked into this when I was coming back to Catholicism myself. The church adopted...
Welcome home.
Oh, thank you. The church adopted Latin because the Latin language, unlike every other language, doesn't change. So it's a universal language. No matter where you are in the whole world, it doesn't change verbiage.
Really?
Every other language does. And so that's why it's the universal church language. Because wherever you are in the world, it's the same.
Oh, wow. I didn't know
And
that.
I heard it was powerful because there's 3 languages on the cross, Greek, Hebrew, and Latin. And exorcist priests will use Latin when they do an exorcism. So I love it's a powerful language.
Yeah.
The devil doesn't like it, and more power.
Yeah.
So
there's also only 3 languages that have a numerical value to each one of its letters. Hebrew, Greek, and Latin.
really, I love numbers too. That's fascinating.
That's what, when he spoke everything into existence, he merged the letter and the number
Yeah.
to speak it, frequency and vibration. Oh my God.
Wow.
We're going back to the future. That cup I put in your bags, by the way, has the Benedict medal on it.
I saw that. It's awesome.
Oh,
It's
good.
awesome.
Never leave home without it.
Yeah, I love it because
Yeah.
the whole prayer is actually in the medal. It's great.
Yes, I just was watching a few days ago about that.
Yeah.
And the prayer is actually all on.
It's
where
abbreviated.
It's right on the
Those
medal.
letters are the prayer.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that either.
I know. Isn't that
I
phenomenal?
have a big one at work by the front entrance. I've had a customer ask me about it, and it was too funny. So he had a house in Brazil, and they were working on the foundation. It was a very old house, and he shows me a picture of the well, and there's a St. Benedict medal in the well that he had a picture of that the workers just found that day when he saw the medal in my store. I'm like, no way, same day. So anyway, it was cool. I love St. Benedict medals.
As Gumbi could tell you, around our studio, our home studio, I have Benedictine medals around our studio.
Yay, good job.
Go Bengals,
Yeah.
because we got them around here, Benedictine High School. My uncles went there.
Awesome.
Shout out to anybody who goes to Benedictine or family.
Awesome. So wrapping back around to miracles, and at
So I went to a
Just got
store.
accepted by the.
I just got accepted. I go to Mass, right? So there's confession, and then you go to Mass. Well, after Mass, I'm all excited. And when we go to leave, I see that there's no flowers in front of Mary's statue.
Oh.
And so I said, well, let's go to this store, and they have flowers there. We'll get the flowers. We go in, I get the roses, and my daughter says, hey, can we go back by the books? Well, I'm not going to deny my child books. Of course, let's go. Amen, right? Well, we get back there, and then I'm like, all right, we need to get going. And they're looking through, did you find what you need? Well, the shelf, boom, came down like a cleaver.
Wow.
Hit the side of my ankle, that bone over there.
Yeah.
Took me right down to the ground. The paramedic said it was 38 pounds, he estimated, was the board.
Wow.
And literally, as I hit the ground, I can't then talk. And the only thing that is in my head is brown scapular, Mary and the angels just protected you. And I'm on that floor, and that's all I'm like in my head.
Wow.
I almost had to have my foot amputated from that.
Wow.
And I realized thus afterwards that the symbolism of this place was I had a target on my back. That you are now known for who you are. Get ready. You're in the club. And I was on the Marian train and was not looking back, right? My grandmother growing up, when I would sleep over there at her house, we'd go to sleep at night and we'd pray the rosary. And I didn't really understand what the rosary was. And I'd be like, Grandma, are we almost done? We're on the second decade. Grandma, big grandma, we almost done decade 3, And so it was like I just grew up. Mary was always around. Come from a Catholic family, there's priests, nuns in the family, Franciscans.
Well, that's awesome.
And
Franciscans.
shout out to the Franciscans. They're at Lamont. Was where my great aunt Sister Raphael was from. So anyway, I was off my feet for almost 4 months. My whole foot, everything had turned black. I couldn't walk. I couldn't even go down the hallway to use the restroom. I had to have a bedside commode. It was terrible. And I was just spinning. Well, my blood pressure is out of whack. They're trying to figure out medicine, but nobody can figure out what is from going which way from the other. What's causing? They end up saying I got supraventricular tachycardia. That was June. I had to wait all the way till January of this year. It was terrible. A long wait to get in to try and do an ablation. And my doctor, if anyone needs a electrophysiologist, Dr. Ramacone, who's epic, he says, it's not just, he couldn't zap. When they go in and do an ablation, they take like an electrical microwave. There's 3 different ways they can do it to try and zap and get your heart rate to go back into the proper rhythm. Well, he said there wasn't just one spot. It was my whole SA node that all the cells are firing off. And so I'm stuck like this for the rest of my life or until Jesus heals me, the Blessed Mother. And I have my miracle, which is going to come. I'm currently learning the patience of Job, though. I'm on that track. And that was one of the things that I had prayed with Father Arnold in the time of getting that scapular on that day was, can we add into this, will you pray with me that I want to have the patience of Job? I have so many children. People always say, how do you do it and whatever. And I'm like, well, really, it's not that hard, And
It's a lot of kids.
I figured I better make it out of this life with the patience of Job. And when I say that and I tell this story, any clergy always goes, oh, you should have picked a different saint because it's coming, right? And so I'm really on my journey with this heart rate thing that I'm now stuck with. They ended up figuring out medicines, but that was after I went to Holy Love. The Blessed Mother then brought me into the Legion of Mary that I joined up with. Absolutely beautiful group to be a part of and a privilege. Who is she that comes forth? It's Mary. Look out. Yeah. Saying that rosary is our weapon. And in this time, the biggest thing that our enemy doesn't want us to know is how powerful that rosary is, and that you bring down those strongholds and the sin and the things that are affecting you in your life. For instance, my tachycardia. Something always happens. Any day I'm even struggling, God comes right in. You know, Mary's bringing them, the Holy Spirit. Somebody's coming in, lifting me up, moving me along. That's what, when you go to Holy Love, though, what you find is the Blessed Mother has just bring everybody, bring all races, all religions, doesn't matter your sex, come here. We all are here to pray and do the same thing together, you know, to unite one another.
That you receive, they're supernatural.
Yes.
Because I can think of a few things that God had just brought full circle that I would never have seen it coming. One was the Oktoberfest. We had done tables and chairs. We went to them for years and never knew that he was Catholic. And he goes, I always wanted to have a Catholic mass and a pancake breakfast. I'm like, really? I go, well, I just turned Catholic not that long ago. I'm like, he goes, and he was older. He goes, if you can get it going, we'll have it. So I thought, oh, great. So I asked my home pastor, and he wasn't interested. He was going to be out of town. So then I went to Brunswick, St. Ambrose, and Father Steck, and I love that man. Yeah, and I've never been him before, and I'm like, how am I going to find him? So I pull in the parking lot, and sure enough, he's standing outside greeting somebody.
Anybody who would be listening, Legion of Mary Thursdays, there's 5:30 Mass, 6 o'clock. Everybody's welcome, even if you only come one time. And if you need anybody for prayer in your life, you come in, we say the rosary, and you can let us know. It goes on the list, and everybody prays.
Is that at St. Ambrose?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I have a friend at St. Ambrose who devout Catholic, obviously, and he speaks highly of it. So.
Yeah. They have a lot of activities there.
Yeah. So I was just going to see how God brings things to full circle. So my former husband had built the dance floor for the Oktoberfest probably like 20 years ago, and they don't still use it, but they replaced it. But what was so fascinating is when we did the Mass, we did it on the dance floor. So there I am kneeling on the dance floor, taking the Holy Eucharist. I would have never seen that coming 20 years ago. If you would have told me 20 years from now you're going to be on that floor taking Mass, accepting the Eucharist, I said, no way. No way. I was not Catholic. I didn't want to become Catholic. So that was like full circle. And then the other one just recently, I don't know if you guys have been to Sorrowful Mother Shrine in Bellevue, Ohio, but I went there probably about when I was in my 20s with my grandmother and my aunt who were both Catholic, and I wasn't. And I thought, oh, this is a nice place, but I didn't. And I even bought a rosary there, and I prayed it once or twice, so I never really got into the rosary thing. But it's funny, I just went to that shrine 2 weeks ago with my sponsor and her husband, and it was like a totally new experience. I'm just like, oh my goodness, Blessed Mother, how you brought things to full circle. And I've asked her a few times, I said, okay, how come the first time in my faith I came right through Jesus? And my faith was right straight through Jesus. And then the second time around, it was through Blessed Mother. And she said, well, it wasn't there to take, because I felt like in the divorce when we separated, a part of me went with him, and that wasn't there to take because it wasn't developed yet. So it seems like she really developed it now, and I'm just like, I can't imagine my life without like the rosary and her graces, because I could sense them. And then like another neat grace, my mother passed away a year ago. Sorry. And she was Lutheran, and I know she loved God, and she did a lot of suffering. She had cancer, and it was rough on her. And she always, every time I'd see her, she always say, I love you at the end, always. But one of the graces, I hope I don't start crying, I just want to make sure that she would go to heaven. I want to do everything I could in my power to get her to heven. And I knew she wasn't on board with Amen. Blessed Mother. She wasn't Catholic. It was, there was a lot of friction there when they got married. So, but what I learned is you can pray the Divine Mercy in front of a dying person, and they will see Jesus as merciful and not the judge. So it was beautiful. We didn't know when it was going to happen, but I did get a call from the hospice. They said, you should get down here soon. Things are starting to change. So it was 3:00 hour on a Tuesday, which I think is St. Joseph's Day, I heard. So we're driving down, and a deer runs right across the path, which I heard that's a good sign too. Right in the middle of traffic, didn't get hurt or anything, but I was like, oh, that's pretty unusual. And then get to the hospice, get to my mother's room.
Deer are good luck when you see them.
Father,
I see them all the time.
really, Father Blount has mentioned when he sees deer that a miracle is going to happen.
From Oktoberfest, St. Boniface and St. Hubert.
Well,
St. Hubert, yep.
Hubert?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, St.
It's
Hubert.
Yeah.
the deer.
Yeah.
It's on the
Jägermeister.
Jägermeister.
Mm-hmm.
Jägermeister. That's to St. Hubert.
Yes, love it. And we had his relic at the Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
That was another Blessed Mother intervention. He'd gone to Columbus to get tables for the air show, and he told me about a little museum in Columbus. I go in there, and they had the relics of St. Hubert, St. Boniface, a lot of heavy hitters.
That is so cool.
Yeah, but you have to have a deacon or a priest to bring the relics up. I said, okay, how is this going to work out? And sure enough, Father Stack, because he does that big fest, he had a lot of followers, and one of them was a deacon down in Columbus. He goes, oh, yeah, I know Father Stack. I'll bring him up. I'm like, yes.
They were so kind. They were the Holy Family.
Yeah. So we got both
You
relics
underestimate how you ended up. She's amazing over here.
there. God opens
And
the
Holy
door.
Love, she's then handing those tickets out. So that's the first, after I'm pounding on the window and I don't know you yet. Like,
first
hey,
day
I'm
that-
at Holy Love again. Now I'm here for the 7:00 rosary, And then Linda's like, I have these tickets. If
Well, I
anyone, he
wanted
gave
some
me 50
people to come to
of
the
them.
mass. I'm like, I don't want no one to be,
Right.
be at
You
the-
needed people
Yeah.
for the mass so that, there was enough people because it was before the doors open at noon
Yeah. So it's,
and the mass was at 10 a.m.
yeah.
And so I'm like, well, I'll take some of those. And so I give for my family. And then you were writing down the names. And then I was like, well, here, take my number just in
yeah.
case. And then text me because if I end up not being able to go with my family, that's a lot of tickets. We'll be able to give them to somebody else.
Yeah.
And then it went rolling from there that it was like 6 a.m. and I'm in bed and the text goes off and it was Linda and she was like, Carlo Acutis was going to be canonized.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, would you want to head up a watch party to watch the canonization? So here I'm laying in bed. I'm like, wow, God's people really get up early. I gotta love her. I need to get my butt out of this bed. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, well, like, sure. What and I text like, what type of watch party? And I'm like, what would it require? And you're like, well, we need a screen and whatever. Okay, so I'm thinking like Amazon screen, whatever. Well, I'm like, well, maybe I'll have to check, my calendar and see. Well, then, God bless you. I love you because you're so holy and so intelligent. She sends me the schematics of the fairground and is like, I'm looking at this thing, laying in bed, looking at my phone, like, it's how many feet from here and there. And we need a screen. And I'm like, oh my, how do I tell this one? This is way over my head. The nurse mom, stay at home. So he texted and what did I say? I'm like, I think that's way above my head, but I'll totally be there to watch it. I'm not good at heading it up, but I make a really good helper.
Yeah. So we didn't.
And then you got the dance floor and had that mass.
Yeah.
So, and here was a holy mass, and that was the first time. But you ended up having that whole in the education building. She put together.
Well, that was
Tell 'em.
Yeah, all the
This
Carlo
whole
Acutis.
incredible thing, and got 2 relics there.
Yeah.
That explained of Oktoberfest Saint.
So on relics, because again, with a lot of Protestants.
I should have touched your guys' rosaries to mine because it would have made them 4th tier relics.
So what is a relic?
A relic is, the Catholic Church has recognized. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1st tier relic would be like bones of the actual saint. Their body itself. Some of the saints are incorruptible. Right. A piece of that. The 2nd tier, I think, is an object they own, some like a cane, a Bible, their rosary, something that would be tied to that would be very holy. The 3rd tier would be something that touched a 1 or a 2.
Yeah.
And then a 4th tier
I didn't know.
touch the 4 to a 3.
Yeah.
Okay,
And then you have, and what it does then is those saints, it's like having a piece of them with you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I always think of it like a video game. It's like the power up, everything. Like, so when we were there, so she puts on this thing. Okay, let's jump back there.
Okay.
She gets this whole thing at the education building, and Carlo Acutis, who they call him now the patron, which is kind of annoying to me because he wasn't just the patron saint of the internet. This kid was in adoration.
Oh, yeah.
And with that blessed sacrament, spending time with the Lord. And Linda gets this whole exhibit, and what did Carlo do was compiled a list of these Eucharistic miracles. You can go to his website of just, I get goosebumps, unbelievable Eucharistic miracles. And he wanted the everyday people like you and me to send in, and you can still do it, your Eucharistic miracles that you have, and log on this website. Here's all the beautiful things and miracles that have occurred from the Lord. Mm-hmm. So Linda sets up this in the education building because the guy who had the trains.
The train guy didn't come this year.
Train guy,
so
God bless him. Shout out to him wherever he is.
Yes, yes. Thank you, train guy. We love your building.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and she just then said to the guy, "Can I have your spot?" Because I said, "Did you pay? How did you get this thing? Like, we're at the Oktoberfest. How'd you get Jesus on the ground? So, what's going on here? If you want to start a riot, say that in a crowd. People are going to war already." And you just said to the guy, "Can I have this spot? What are you going to set up?"
Yeah.
This saint. And then you tied in brilliantly those relics of the two saints that they were. This is Oktoberfest, where it comes from, St. Boniface and Huguet, which St. Boniface, I then learned, was the saint who, the tree of Thor.
Yeah.
And they were doing human sacrifices on it. And he says, "No, you're not going to do any more on this." Didn't he untie somebody off of the tree?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. It was something like that. And he then started to chop down the tree. And all of the townspeople who were worshiping Thor, because where does Thor come from? I thought that was just like what, Marvel, DC.
No, it's Norse mythology.
It's real stuff.
I have a little bit of Norse heritage.
Shout out to the Norse people there. And he went, and they were like, "Oh, Thor's going to strike you down, right? Does he have the hammer?" I don't know. Maybe he was bringing the hammer.
Thor has the hammer. His son.
Don't bring a gun to a knife fight. He was bringing his hammer.
His son has the hammer. Yeah.
His son has the hammer. So he ended up nothing happening, and he chopped their tree down, and thus it was one of the pivotal points where Christianity began to spread from that point outward because of that. Mm-hmm. And here was this piece of bone, that relic you had, which then Linda had worked so hard. And I was like the Holy Family who had escorted this thing up from Columbus, Ohio, because it came from the Catholic Museum.
Yeah, in Columbus.
They had to escort this up. And Linda was like, putting this whole thing together. It was unbelievable.
Well, we had this beautiful cabinet I found at the thrift store, and it was like this antique cabinet that you would find in old Germany or whatever. So I'm like, this is so cool. So we told the family, just leave the relics here. We'll lock it in the case. It'll be fine. So they left.
And so the Holy Family could go walk around and get snacks and whatever. They had the drive from Columbus.
And then she wants to get her rosary.
I needed to bless everything on it. I needed to touch everything onto it. All my rosaries. Then you had the medals.
Yeah.
So I said, "Can you pull those out again?" Because they had them out during Mass. Then they were behind the light, and Linda's like, "Yeah, we'll pull them out."
Yeah, so we touched her rosary, and I went to go put the key back over on top of the cabinet, and there's a gap between the door and the cabinet, and it fell right in where the relics were. And I'm like,
imagine
oh no!
An antique curio cabinet that she had for a display, and the top is like how they used to do like the old pieces of wood. And there's like a gap like this, and it just so happened to be right in the spot where she puts the key.
Right in there. Oh. And
the key goes down inside the locked curio cabinet with the relics. So Holy Family doesn't know this story.
I know. So thank goodness for Chris.
Well, you heard it here first.
And when it fell in, my ears went totally hot, girl. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" And then I'm like, "I'm sorry, that wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for me. I needed everything to turn into a relic, because I got all his family members."
For the Bible only people out there, there is a biblical precedents for relics. Obviously, there's the story of when the different bones through the Bible created miracles when people touched them in the Old Testament. In the New Testament, you had Peter and Paul that would touch garments and then send them to people, and then they would be healed from touching those garments. So there's
even Peter's shadow.
Yeah, so there is a biblical precedent
even healing
for relics. So,
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that it was at Oktoberfest. It's kind of sneaky.
Yeah.
Because people were thinking they're just there for beer and food and good times, but you're getting a little more.
We had the heavy hitters there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then tell them how MacGyver 1 and 2.
Okay, so my boyfriend Chris thought a magnet would work.
He's wonderful.
He has these really heavy-duty magnets. So
Who has magnets?
I know.
Chris.
Yeah.
He comes with these magnets. He's like, I think I got magnets in my car. I'm like, really, bro? You got magnets? And he had like the most serious magnets on the planet.
So it would have worked, except it kept stuck on the latch, and he couldn't get it off the latch. It's like, oh no! So now what do we do?
He took the magnet on a string and put it through the top, and then went and they dangled it down, and it kept. So it was like magnetizing, but then it magnetized to the wrong spot.
Yeah, it couldn't get off the latch.
And couldn't get it off the latch.
Yeah, so that wasn't going to work. So then we had your husband, MacGyver number 2, come through, and they
was a
took the
bonding
cabinet
moment.
off of the dresser onto the floor, and then they pried off the top of it.
Which, by the way, we were praying to Mary to keep the Holy Family from coming back
I was
during
just
this
gonna
whole
ask.
Yes.
thing.
Oh my goodness.
Please do not let them walk in. We have now locked up the relics permanently. And I'm saying bust the glass. Wasn't I? I was like, just bust the glass. We'll go back in there and bust the glass. But the MacGyvers were like, no, we've got this. We've got it handled.
Yeah, so they pried the lid off, and then they were able to reach in there and grab it, and we were so relieved.
Yeah, that was a hallelujah moment.
Thank God no sawzaws were introduced.
I thought of the sawzall too.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
my husband's a master pro at the sawzall.
That would have been my first, like,
Yeah.
get my sawzaw, honey.
Yeah, glass,
It works on
sawzall.
everything.
Yeah, saved the cabinet and saved the relics.
Yeah, that was unbelievable.
Yeah.
We could not stop laughing. Like,
Oh my goodness.
gosh.
Yeah.
And then the best part was that then when you left, and I was like, I'll stay here and watch the relics. Like, God bless you for having that faith in me. Because then I was watching. The Holy Family's out. Linda's going home to rest, and there's me standing guard of the Holy. I felt like I was in like ancient times, man.
So were people interested? Did they come up and ask? Like, was there general interest?
Yeah, they
A
did.
few people, yeah. We were kind of tucked away in the education building, so we weren't in the mainstream. But I kind of feel like that Mary or Jesus led
There was at
people.
least over 30 people that
Yeah.
came in, and then I prayed with people even. There was people who were even crying. I mean, we were like,
That's super cool.
Jesus was
Yeah.
working overtime. Mary,
gentleman that
and then
you-
you had she had the Benedict medals.
Yes.
And so then I was like, hey, you want this is a relic. I've touched it over here. Come on over here. And then people were telling their story, and
The gentleman, that new friend that you made, that you gave your rosary to, he was a sweetheart.
I can't remember
Billy?
his name.
Billy?
Billy, yes. And he was there with the aunt. There was a young man, Billy. He was in a wheelchair, and he was there with his aunt. His mother had passed away a few years prior. I
Yeah.
don't remember how long. And I think she was made like 8 years or something. And she wrote a letter every day to her sister of everything that Billy was doing. And she and her husband, the uncle, they're raising Billy. Well, they're there at this exhibit looking through all the Eucharistic miracles. Well, Billy's off to the side, so I feel Mary walk over. So I go and I walk over by him, and I'm talking to him, and just a sweet young man. Few words, but the most beautiful smile. And I'm holding the rosary that the unborn in my hand, and he's not listening. And I'm like, well, I'm used to that. I'm the youngest of 4, and my patron saint, Gabriella, I'm a gabber. And so I'm like, all right, I guess I'm not going to hold that one on you, Billy, you know. And then I says, what are you looking at? Because he just had this big giant smile, and he's pointing, and I says, and I realize I have my rosary in my hand, and then I go like this, and I hold it up, and it just unfolds, and it was almost like sparkles from heaven come off of it, and this guy's eyes are just glittering, and he's nodding his head, and inside of me, I'm like, oh.
And you just gotten that rosary?
I had just gotten this rosary from Daria at Holy Love.
Gift.
It was my birthday, and I didn't tell anybody, and I'm like, Mother, I want that rosary. And I kept getting the word, no, don't ask, you'll get one, don't ask. So I was on my way to Holy Love. My birthday is September 1st, and it's Thursday night, and I'm going, and I'm like, I need to call my husband because the gift shop closes. It'll only be open tomorrow, and it closes at 4, and then it's not open the weekend, and I need that rosary, right? So I'm on Route 82 cruising, and it's all I feel is no, just so soft. And now I know from at St. Albert's, that peace feeling, no, it was just like that, no. All right, Mama, I won't ask then. I get to the rosary. After the rosary, when I walk in, Daria is wide-eyed when I walk in. And I'm like, oh, hi, you know, Daria. And then I'm like, wow, I really take people's breath away, right? By when I walk in, what did I do now? Only she comes up to me after the rosary, and it had been raining like it was today, but it had stopped.
Okay.
And Daria's a lot of spiritual gifts, and she gets things in the physical. And she says, now I know you must be a very special person. And she goes into, and she's telling me, and I'm like thinking to myself, what is she telling me? She says, there's this mist is coming down while she's saying this rosary. Now I'm not there yet when this happens. She says it's coming down, and she's looking up at the ceiling, and she's thinking, is there a leak in the ceiling? But there's no leak. Then she starts looking, is anybody else having the experience who's there doing the rosary? Nobody's having the experience. And then she's just like, well, this is strange. Where is this mist of water? And she said she literally wipes her face. Like there's actual mist on her face. Well, all of a sudden there's boom, because of the door when you walk in. It's not quiet if you're me, because I didn't hold it and let it close quietly. You know,
it is a loud
you guys
door.
know when I'm coming and going in that place. And that's what Daria, so I didn't know at the time. So why did her eyes go like that? Because the second that the door closed like that, she then looks and the mist stops, and she gets this word from the Blessed Mother. She's mine. She's very special to me. And so as she's telling me this, I'm almost in tears like, oh, thank goodness the Blessed Mother knows me. Hallelujah, which I already know she does, but it's good to hear that. And she says, and from the first day that I met you, I had this. And I kid you not, what does she take my hand, and what does she put into it? And closes it, and I look, and I start crying. And it's the Rosary of the Unborn.
Oh, man.
Nobody knew that I wanted this. That was in my thoughts in the car. Don't ask. You have one coming to you. And Daria says from the moment of that. So that was at Holy Love. There's another example of those miraculous things that happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow.
And Billy was eyeing.
And Billy was eyeing it.
Rosary.
And so I give that to him. Well, and then now I'm getting goosebumps. Thank you for bringing me back to the story. I lost myself in that moment. I give him the rosary, and then I said to him, I'm going to cry. I said the same thing to him that Daria said to me. The Blessed Mother knows you. You must be very special to her. And then he says, I get these pains in my stomach. And I said, well, then let's pray to the Blessed Mother. So we say a prayer to the Blessed Mother, and he's holding this, and then he starts to go, and I said, you want to put that on? And we put it on him like a necklace, and I'm like, it's blessed. It was blessed at Holy Love. The priest blessed it, and I says, you wear this everywhere you go. She's with you always, and I'll be praying for you too. And I literally then, the aunt comes over, and I said, I just wanted to let you know, make sure it was okay with you that, he saw, and I tell her what happened. And then she starts crying and says that the night before he had a seizure, and he gets seizures. Okay. It was the worst seizure he had ever had in his life. And they had to take him rescue squad, and he had seen the lady. That's what he was talking about at the hospital, that he had seen the lady when he was getting on the stretcher and getting in there. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Lost a mother.
Wow.
And so here he knew, but he didn't realize that rosary, he wasn't even, and I said to her, does he know what the rosary is? Has he ever prayed? And she said, no. Never did.
Oh, wow.
And they're like, there it is again.
Yeah.
Mother.
Wow. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Nice.
And the first time I set foot on the premises of Holy Love, I forgot that one. It was the 3:00 Chapel of the Divine Mercy. Love the Divine Mercy if you don't pray that one. And remember, in the God the Father house, anyone who has a voice, it carries, like you're like an angel in there singing it. It's so beautiful. Mm-hmm. But they do the Divine Mercy Chapel at 3:00 inside the main building. Is it the Thomas Aquinas Center? I think they call it.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a little chapel in there, big, beautiful statue of Mary, life size, like you and me.
And the Our Lady of Guadalupe in the corner.
Our Lady of Guadalupe.
That's where I learned about Our Lady of Guadalupe.
Jesus, I trust in you. Oh, and then the blessing point and the Blessed Mother here. You can tell that story. But I go right to the front row because I'm shy. And, we're here. We're going big. Go big or go home. And they give me a pamphlet and a rosary, which I'm always here. Give me a rosary. Love them. And as we're praying, I look down at the pamphlet. Now, when I have my contacts in, I have to wear reading glasses. Only when I look down, I could read and I could see. And so we finished praying the Divine Mercy. And then I turn around to this handful of people and I'm like, I just have to testify to somebody right now that I cannot read without my reading glasses. And yet I came in here and now I can see. And then I started reading words on the paper. These people are looking at me. And the one lady goes, it's holy love. Get used to it. And I was like, well, amen to that.
I heard about a pilgrim bus that came from North Carolina, and a young man, he asked God, if you're real, can you prove yourself to me? So when he was at Holy Love, he didn't have to wear glasses the whole time he was on the property. As soon as the bus left, his vision went back to the way it was. He had to put his glasses back on. But that was...
Because when he was on there.
Yeah, he had...
It's amazing the miraculous things that happen there.
Yeah.
We were walking in the back of the Holy Hearts field, and... it was like 90 degrees, these days that we just had. And I got two of my daughters are with me. And I said, let's take our shoes off. And we watched a thing on grounding yourself to the earth. So I said, let's take our shoes off. This is like holy land, right? All this good stuff has been happening.
Yeah.
Heal whatever in our body, align us with the earth. And we start walking the field. Well, there's a little gazebo with the Blessed Mother statue. We start there. We bless ourselves at the little pump of the Maranatha spring water. Mm-hmm. And then we start the walk. Now, this is the one that I told you has like 300 and something feet, if not more. It's got to be 300 to 400 feet, just up to the statue.
Awesome.
But then you have that much even going past that. All the way to the back of this field. And then it's just like it's bigger than a football. I mean, you could fit football stadiums there. It's so giant.
Yeah.
Now, here's me, still disabled because I have my tachycardia, but I now don't have my cane or my walker. And we are walking, and we go all the way back to the lake in the corner.
St. Joseph's Lake.
The St. Joseph Lake. There's a statue there and a little prayer thing, and we do that one. And I said... which you said it was like Medjugorje, where you walk on the rocks.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to walk on these rocks. I got a lot of things to make up for in this life. And so I'm walking over these rocks. Well, me, this size, tachycardia, still not, it's not like I can run a mile here. That was not easy going on those rocks.
Yeah.
And I was like, Lord, forgive me as I go there. Then we go into the back corner, and then there's the cross. Yeah. And So we kneel at the cross, but to get to the cross, you got to go on the rocks again. So we go on the rocks again, and just repenting the whole way of anything that just comes up, anything that I haven't thought of. I'm repenting for our nation, for our state. Well, then I see, and I didn't even know Padre Pio was there, y'all. And boy, I love the stories of Padre Pio. And inside me is like, make a confession. So here I go to the girls. I'm going to make a confession right here in Holy Hearts Field to Padre Pio. And I got to go over these rocks. And the girls are laughing because they're trying to help me hold one hand. They're like running on the rocks. No issue. Me was like terrible. Yeah. I kneel down. I make my confession. And I ask God in that moment, Jesus, just forgive me for everything. And anything that I can't think of, and anything that I'm gonna do in this life, the beginning and the end. You're the Alpha, the Omega, the Almighty. Forgive me. And my daughter says, I'm asking the same thing. So then they go and they make a confession to Padre Pio, which was totally epic, right? Like I love making confession. I used to run from confession, and now I'm running to it.
I know, get it off you.
Yes. So I'm like, this is epic all time. Padre Pio was hearing 16 hours a day of confession from people at one point, I believe.
Yeah.
Like, what an incredible person. I can't even listen to myself talk. I'm torturing all of you right now. Like, how did Padre Pio do it? So as we turn to go back, I said, now that I've made and I announce it, like, now that I've made my confession and I'm here with my daughters, like, God, just everything. Forgive us and know how much we love you. And from this point, now we're in the very back corner of this field. We're off to the Padre Pio side.
Okay.
Till we get up to where the car is, right? If I make it there, accept this as my penance, because to even make it there was like, how am I going to make it there? Well, my daughter says, Mom, and we talked about it after, the moment that I said that and we started to walk, it was as if like we were carrying 1,000 logs on us.
Wow.
That it had increased the intensity of it so terribly that I literally just started going out loud, like as I'm huffing and puffing, walking, Jesus, I trust in you. I trust in you. We stopped 3, 4, 5 times. Yeah. The girls who were running over the rocks, no problem. We're like, this is all of a sudden so difficult to even like walk and get there. Wow. And then it was the sun. It felt like it was 5,000 degrees and we're sweating. We make it up to where, and what's there then? We get up there, the spring. And I says, I just got that we need to bless ourselves with the water. And we're forgiven.
Awesome.
We bless ourselves with the water. Emiliana goes, I go, Felicity. Well, Felicity, while I'm like dousing my face in the water, and she's doing the pump with her jacket, and she's like this close to me. Okay, so this is the pump. We're a foot.
Yeah.
And she goes to bless herself, and when she put her head up, it was Ash Wednesday on her forehead. There's this mark.
It's crazy.
Looks like when you go to Ash Wednesday and they take the ashes and then bless you. From dust you came, from dust you shall return. And I look and I go, what is on your head? And she's like, huh? And I'm like, it's Ash Wednesday on your head. What is on your head? And then I go up to her head to and it smears the little bit. And then I feel within myself. And at the same time that I feel it, she says it. She goes, we're forgiven. It's a sign. And I was like, aww, that's what I just got. So then we start the investigation. We're rolling the camera. We're touching everything. There's nothing. It's not grease from it. This is actually, it was like ashes.
Yeah.
And there was no smell to it. There was no nothing. And it was like, we leave that field. So then I had texted you. I texted Ellie. And was it you that had replied that Blessed Mother had given a word to Maureen that said that miracles would happen on the property to people, that they wouldn't necessarily mean anything to anybody else.
Right.
They would mean something to you. And that everybody who came there was guaranteed to have stuff happen like that.
Awesome.
And so we left that field And boy, I said that was a game changer because I don't know. I'm the biggest skeptic too.
Yeah.
I think all of us are in our own wisdom.
Yeah.
And when stuff happens to you, you're like, doesn't matter if anybody else. I was there. I know what happened.
Yeah.
Go there. You'll have stuff happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of our journey is experiential, and that's definitely an individualized journey.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what, when you go there, the refinement that starts to happen to you and to increase your faith.
Yeah.
So well, maybe that story hopefully increases somebody's faith. But does it per se? No, but to me it did. To my daughters it did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to all of you who I know, who are my friends, right?
Yeah.
That's like, hallelujah. God did not die for a dead church.
Right.
Right. Jesus came and we're alive, which is the other thing when people say about, the rosary or the saints and all of these things, or you're talking to the dead or you're putting no, they're alive.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Amen.
Resurrection.
Dying on the cross, the two thieves today you'll be with me in paradise. You will be alive. So no, you are talking to, what's the difference if I say, hey, Gumbi, will you pray for me? Which will you? Yes, keep praying for me. Yeah. Right? We're as alive as all of them are.
Yeah. But we are coming to the end of our time.
Roger that.
Yeah, because they're about to close. So I do want to thank you for coming in and giving your testimony. It's been phenomenal because this is something that we haven't heard of. And I don't know of anybody who has been there at all. So thank you for everything you've been able to give to us tonight. Let's go across the airwaves and more people will find out about it. So I do want to thank you.
And that's not even all of them that have happened. I've had so many miracles of things like that, just like that happening. My doctors coming in, medicines, friends. Yeah. Prayer for people, healing.
Oh, the conversations with customers I've had now are phenomenal.
Yeah, we may have to have a follow up.
It's like
and get more of these stories together, because that'd be a great part too.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like go and then tell me that it's not real. There's no way you could.
Yeah.
You couldn't go and find out for yourself.
Challenge there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no way you can walk away and not be touched by all of heaven.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. It brings it alive. Like you say, St. Michael the Archangel. I don't know.
Defend us in battle, be our protection.
It's Julian, final words?
The Blessed Mother, in the times that we're in, the enemy does not want everybody to know that she has been given authority. That's her son she carried, that she's allowed to help us. And she is knocking at your door to help you. She wants nothing more than to bring you to her son for healing, for direction in your life. And all you have to do is ask. Yeah. You ask her, and like any good mother, she answers.
Yeah.
And she tailors it right to you.
Awesome.
Tell me that you asked something. I mean, that would be somebody calling to the show. That you asked the Blessed Mother for something, guidance of anything of any nature. You will get a word back.
Awesome. Linda?
Yeah, it's funny. I work in Berea, and I think of the Bereans, how they check things out for themselves to make sure it's true.
Excellent.
So I would encourage you to check Holy Love out for yourself and see if it's true. Yeah. Definitely.
And it's just peaceful there.
Yeah.
If you need a place to just go and you can stay in your car. So if you're older or you can't walk or you don't feel well or you just want to go see, just drive on to the property.
Yeah.
And the statues are incredible.
Yeah, the angel statues.
They're just incredible.
Yeah.
To just be there and with all of the traffic, if anybody's noticed, traffic's terrible around here.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you go onto that property and it's just peace and quiet.
Yeah.
A place to collect your thoughts and say, hey, God, are you real?
Yeah.
Gumbi?
It's been a great night. I appreciate hearing from both of you. There's nothing taboo over brew.
Please check us out on BibleOverBrews.com and all of our social media pages. We've got Facebook, Twitter, even Blue Sky now. So please check us out. And I really, really urge you to come down to Old Brooklyn and check out Vino Veritas. They've been an amazing host. It's an amazing winery.
Wonderful wine.
Yeah, the ambiance is insane.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
So please come check them out. Good fight. Good night.
All right, good night.
God is
Good
good.
night.